So, Gorak, are you ready for today's show? Is everyone there ready for today's show? Because we have a very special show. We have Mr. Dan McNew of Askadan. But before we get to him, I would like to give a little bit of shout outs real quick. I'd like to get a little bit of promotion out of the way before we forget, because we're probably going to get stuck in some deep conversations about Dimebag. So I hope we got some Dimebag Darrell fans out there. And if you're not, what the fuck's your problem?
Exactly.
We got Dan
Get
back.
out of here.
We got Dan back there dying laughing. But we would like to give a little shout out to Catfight Coffee like we always do. It is the best coffee on the planet, the best coffee in the universe. I'm not sure what that is yet, but I'll try to find it. We would also like to give a shout out to In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie. He's always been cool with promoting and helping us out. I'd also like to give a shout out to Reignite with Cathy Grant. I'd also like to give a couple shout outs to VoiceIt Show. We've got a lot of shout outs. We got like a long list. We've got the Calabrese podcast. We've got Askadan. We got Ask Your Mother. Anyway, if we forgot your show,
You gave me an idea of my show now.
Ask your
mother.
Ask your mother.
Yeah.
But without further ado, because we've got a lot to cover, because we've got rare live performance we're going to cover. We got a rare song. We've got a never before heard song. Well, it was heard live once, and heard by Dan and whoever else had it. But you guys are going to be able to hear it here on Pink Sock Podcast. Without further ado, here is my guest, our good friend, Mr. Dan McNew. How you doing, Askadan?
Doing good this morning.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And before we forget, right there, down there sliding, that is Dan's YouTube channel, Askadan. That is correct?
Yes, that is.
I hope, because I copied and pasted that son of a bitch. Because I hate getting it wrong. How you doing, Dan?
Pretty good.
That's good. I want to start off by saying I truly appreciate you allowing this show to kind of be your platform to talk about Dimebag and show all things Dimebag, because I appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
I really do.
Been waiting for the day where I could actually release this thing.
Yeah. Like it's like you meet a real pretty woman and you're like, oh God, but I can't release it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
one of the songs actually both songs have been sitting on for almost 15 years now. But one of the songs was actually written over 30 years ago. Damn. And so it's very few people have heard one of these songs. The other one got a little bit of publication in 2006. I was at the it was called Jeff Thompson Mayhem benefit concert. Jeff was the bodyguard for Dimebag, who was killed that night in Ohio along with Dimebag. And during the memorial service, I went back to the bar to have something to drink. And this guy comes up and sits down beside me and knew I was the founder of Ride for Dime and just started striking up a conversation about how he recorded something with Dimebag one time.
Everyone has.
Yeah, and I kind of took it with a grain of salt. Yeah, everybody's got a Dimebag story, So he pulls out a CD and he explains to me about the song and what they went through when they recorded it. And since I was the founder of Ride for Dime, he thought I could do some promotions for him and promoted it to Ride, let other people hear it. So I immediately contacted a bunch of metal magazine rags, Blabbermouth, Metal Nation, a bunch of others, and uploaded MP3 to them. So they got a little bit of air publicity back in 2006. 2006. And but ever since then, I've just been kind of sitting on it. So anytime you hear that other song that we're going to play, that was because it was released 15 years ago, and only to a select few, but it kind of spread a little bit. But this other song, I mean, literally just a handful of people have heard it.
So since we are talking about that song, I'm sorry to confuse Noami in the back, but we were going to play it second today, but we're going to go ahead and just play it now since we are talking about it. Noami, okay. I got that taken care of right now because I've got it right in front of me.
Which song are you talking about? The Never. Okay. We can play that one. Yeah. First.
Yeah, because you were just talking about
it.
Okay. I figured it's a good segue right into it.
Yeah.
The song that Dan's asking about. Do you want to tell the title, Dan?
Yeah, it's very what do you call it? Politically incorrect. It's politically incorrect song. Very crude. So if you're offended by something that's crude, I would, plug your ears. But It was Dimebag's type of humor. You know, he's
Yeah.
just having fun. So it's called Country Western Transvestite Whore.
Without any further ado, here we go. This is, as I call it, shortened version, Transvestite Whore.
Under the neon lights, I knew right then it was love at first sight, and she's a lady, and I'm a man. She smelled just like a rose garden of sex. She threw her tongue all the way down my neck, and she's a lady, 100%. We two-step till the morning light, making love, shooting whiskey, flying high as a kite, and she's a lady, and I'm a man. It's getting mighty late, let's take this on home. Oh, I roped her like a calf, and we hit the road. She's a lady that understands. We took it to my house, all hot and horny now. Lust tattoo on her arm, her love, it couldn't do me no harm. But the bitch had a dick, well hung to the floor. I had to think of something quick, so I put it up her back door. Her silver wings had just started to soar, when I learned she's the one-time country and western transvestite whore. Transvestite whore. Transvestite whore, transvestite whore, transvestite whore, transvestite whore. Yeehaw! Go get 'em, brother! Rope that calf.
Who said that Dime didn't have a sensitive side? That's a good love song.
And a pretty good voice, too.
Who was singing that? Was that Dime?
That was Dimebag singing that song.
I've heard him sing a few times thanks to you, and like, why didn't he sing more often? Is there like a reason for that? Do you know?
I guess just to be more focused on his guitar, you know.
Because he could have easily have like sung for like Damage Plan, or because like he had that voice too.
Well, he did do backup vocals, but as far as lead, I can't think of too many that he did.
God damn, dude. So I apologize to Noami in the back because I kind of threw her off with that because we were going to do the videos last, but I figured it was a great segue. And I hope, and this is a perfect venue for that song.
You can definitely hear it down at the pub.
People may wonder, you know, why it was a country type song. Well, you know, his father was a country western songwriter and producer.
Yeah.
So Darrell and Vinny kind of grew up in that country western atmosphere. So it was second nature to them to play country western songs versus heavy metal.
That's yeah, and they also did Rebel Meets Rebel too. They did like a few Southern stuff anyway.
Yeah, that definitely had country twang to it.
Yeah. So we have some pictures we're going to get to. And did you want to get to that now and talk about some of these events that you was at and show some of that? All right, go ahead, Noami, and roll that beautiful bean footage. Show some of them pictures. Let's do this. You got it, Noami? Give me a thumbs up. There we go. So
okay, this was at Jay Gilligan's back in 2003. Dimebag and Vinny stopped by. And Dimebag always had to get on stage with him. So it was pretty cool to have Dimebag there. Vinny never would get up and play. I don't know why, but he just stayed back in the audience. But I think this is the night where one of Dimebag's good friends, it was his birthday. Mm-hmm. And if you keep going through the pictures here, you're going to see that he gives his best friend a Zakk Wylde Bullseye guitar as a gift, birthday gift.
It's a few pictures down.
Yeah, here he is making his announcement.
And there you guys are.
There I am, drunk with Dimebag.
It's hard to find if you was good friends with Dimebag, but I've only seen like 2 pictures of you two together.
Yeah, I always thought there'd be more time, so I never really thought about getting my picture taken with him.
Hey, Noami, can you go back to like 2 pictures? That's the guitar that they gave out, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Zakk Wylde Bullseye.
That's a beautiful guitar.
Well, look at the smile on the guy's face. That's George.
I'd be excited too.
Also on stage right there too is the lead singer for Damage Plan. He's in that black jacket with the white stripes. That's Pat.
I thought he looked familiar because I saw other pictures from the event. You can continue going, Noami. But yeah, like how many songs did they play that night?
Oh, geez.
Was it a full set?
Full set at least, yeah, an hour. He always gets up about an hour or so. Now, this gig right here, this was at another gig. This was at Monte Carlo's in Arlington. Mm-hmm. At the time, Damage Plan had 2 weeks off from their MTV2 tour. And Monte Carlo's is right down the street from Dime's house, and he knew Aska was playing, so he swings by. And we actually had 3/4 of Damage Plan there that night. We had Pat, Dimebag, and Bob Zilla there. Vinny never did show that night, but probably resting up from the tour.
For those of you that don't know, Aska was a band. They're from Texas, right?
Originally, they're from Panama.
Oh, okay. They're from Panama. They were a pretty big band, still are.
Yeah.
They was real good friends with Dimebag, and that's how Dan met.
Exactly. Well, Aska moved from when they were right after high school. They moved to Texas just to get more exposure for the band, and ended up in Arlington. And all 4 band members lived in one house. And it was right down the street from Dimebag's house. And once Aska started kind of getting a name for themselves, it was pretty much Aska and Pantera from Arlington. So they were always invited to all the shows, and Dimebag was always there. We'd always bump into Dime somewhere.
That's always awesome because like Dime was never like too famous. Like he always did small shows in between big shows and shit. Like I've always enjoyed that about him.
Well, yeah, he was probably one of the best heavy metal guitarists in the world, but when he was at home, he was just a regular guy. He's just a regular guy. I mean, you would see him at Home Depot shopping, or at Kroger getting groceries, just a regular guy. And, Arlington was his home. He had no intentions of ever moving out to Hollywood and, becoming one of those rock stars. He just wanted to.
Is this from the same show?
No, this was an after party at Vinnie Paul's house. They had just got through performing in Dallas. It's called Freakers Ball. They headlined with Velvet Revolver.
Oh, nice. That must have been a good show.
And then actually this was the after party, because after the show we all went to the Clubhouse, which was a strip joint that Dime and Vinny co-owned, and we stayed there until legally we couldn't drink anymore. There's my wife with Dimebag.
Oh, that's awesome. I was wondering if that was your wife or not, because she looked familiar. I saw a couple photos of her. But this is from an after show. Those boys partied hard.
Oh, yeah. Dimebag is still, in this picture here, you can see Dimebag is still sweaty, Look at that. Either that that was the first time I almost saw Dimebag pass out from being too drunk.
Oh,
he just about passed out. He was sitting back in that couch behind where he's at there, and the music was blasting, and he was the only one sitting in the room. And I walk in there, and he's about to go out, but he's got his right arm like he's a director of a band, like he was directing the music.
Uh-huh.
And slowly he came back out of it, man. He was ready to go again.
Yeah, he was a professional drinker. Like,
There's my wife, my daughter, and Dime, and Chad Lee, which was Dime's photographer.
Oh, nice. So you got a picture of the photographer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're a professional there. You're getting a picture of the photographer.
Now, there's a story behind the guy on the left here, Michael Kaufman. Before this was taken, he had brain surgery like 11 days earlier.
Oh, damn.
And while he was in the hospital, Dime and Vinny gave him a call and wishing him well. And Michael tells him, you know what? I'm going to be in Dallas for the Freakers Ball. And they're going, what? Dude, you just had brain surgery. There's no way you're going to be here in 11 days.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I promise I'll be there. So 11 days later, this was the night before the show. No, this was the night of the show. But the night before this was taken, we all go over to Dimebag's house. And they open the door, and there's Michael standing there, and Dimebag couldn't believe it. So the entire weekend, you know, Dimebag pretty much had Michael under his wing the entire weekend. Anything Michael wanted, you know, he got. That even included going to the VIP section of the strip club.
That's cool as fuck.
You know, I was wondering what Dime was doing because I saw him over at a cash register taking all the cash out, you know, but he went over and gave all the cash to Michael and said, go upstairs and have fun.
That's fucking awesome. Everyone needs a friend like Dime. Everybody needs a friend like Dime. That's another. Well, there's another photo.
Yeah, there's Michael, the guy that had brain surgery. You got Dimebag, and that is Cat right there. That was Vinny's drum tech.
Oh, nice.
He was also shot. He was shot 3 times that night in Ohio. He was the guy that was being held hostage.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Was you like, where was you at the day that Dime got shot, if you don't mind me asking?
I was actually at work, and just a few minutes after the shooting, I get a phone call from a friend telling me that there had been a shooting at the gig, and it was for sure that Dimebag was gone. You know, and I'm thinking, what? I just couldn't comprehend it. And I said, you know what? Are we sure this isn't some type of a joke, a really sick joke that somebody's playing? Because I had no verification of it. And I said, look, I'm listening to radio. I'm not hearing anything. And so I kept listening to the radio, and I didn't want to believe it. And about 2 hours later, I heard they made an announcement on the radio. But at that time, we were still unsure of what Vinny's situation was or anybody else. You know, all we knew that Dime was gone. So we spent the whole night awake, just waiting on any type of word. And we finally found out in the morning that Vinny was okay, but, you know, we lost Jeff. Cat was shot 3 times. The manager was shot once. There was an audience member that was killed, an employee that was killed. Jeez, so it was horrible. It's hard to put into words how you feel when something like that. You just can't comprehend that it's happened. You know, I mean, I'd been talking to him just several weeks earlier. You know, suddenly he's not there anymore. It's just like it was rough.
It really puts life into perspective, though. Like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts. Let's get to more photos from this night because we actually went through almost all the photos.
Okay, this is still the after party at Vinny's house, which is no longer there. They bulldozed his house.
Oh shit!
Yeah, people were talking to possibly the fans get together and buy the house and make it into a Pantera museum. But from what I heard, the foundation was shot. There was all sorts of problems with the house, so I guess an investor came in and bought it and leveled it all out and going to put something there. I have no idea what he's going to build there, but it's really the highest spot, one of the highest spots in Arlington, Texas. From that house, you could see all of Arlington, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's a cool photo of them hugging.
He's hugging Michael, the guy that had brain surgery.
So where's he at now, though, Michael?
He's in Florida. Yeah, he's in Florida. Yeah, he's still with us.
Oh, nice.
Doing good.
That's good. That's always good to hear. That's why I was asking, because I like to know where these people are now. Like, and here's a group photo. The next one's a group photo of. There we go.
Okay, you got on the left. You got Jeff Mayhem Thompson, Dimebag's bodyguard, who was killed. Then you got Dimebag. Then you got Michael. Then you got Wendy. She's from the UK. Came all the way from the UK for the show.
Damn.
Then you got Jamie, she's been good friends with Aska for, geez, I know almost 30 years.
I like how this photo goes tallest to shortest.
Yeah.
It's like steps.
It's funny that night when the party was finally over with, I guess Vinny had gone to bed already, and Dime was pretty wasted. And Mayhem comes in. He goes, "Party's over, people. Everybody out. Everybody out." And he's telling Dimebag, "Give me your wallet." So Dimebag's emptying his pockets, giving him all of his valuables to his bodyguard. And Dimebag's walking out of the house just like us, just like, everybody out. And there's Dimebag walking out with us. Okay.
Okay, I guess. Did you ever have mishaps with fireworks with Dimebag? I heard he really liked to let off fireworks.
No, I never did experience that, but I've seen a lot of videos where, he was heartless when it came to fireworks. He's lucky to set a few people on fire.
Yeah, like I saw some of those videos. I'm like, that was Jackass before Jackass.
Well, and you know what? Jackass wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Pantera.
Really? Because
the Pantera home videos, they were real popular, and they're always playing pranks on each other. And the guys from Jackass were fans, and they started their thing. So it wasn't for Pantera, there would be no Jackass.
I had a feeling the home videos had somewhat of an influence on the guys at Jackass.
Oh, yeah. They did some crazy stuff, By the time I really got that was like, they're really crazy in their early days. I started hanging out with the guys probably like 95 all the way to now. Mm-hmm. And of course, as they got older, they're a little more conservative, but he was still crazy with those fireworks, though. He loved the fireworks. And he waited until somebody passed out, to get them.
I saw those videos. They're passed out drinking. Let's let off some fucking fireworks. Yeah. That's just nuts. Like, do you have any stories about crazy shit that he has done that isn't firework related, or was he pretty chill with you?
Well, there was one time, I think it was the time when Michael was in town, the guy with the brain surgery, and went over to Dimebag's house, and Dimebag had a drink called the Black Tooth Grin, and he got the name from a Megadeth song, and that was the drink of choice by almost everybody, that Dime was around. So he always had a picture of it ready in his refrigerator. And everybody gets over there that night. Hey, man, let's all do a shot of Blacktooth. So he gets the pitcher out and he's pouring everybody shots. All right, they did a toast, do the shot. And everybody kind of looking, kind of puzzled at each other, what the hell? Dime kind of looks around. He opens the refrigerator. He goes, "Oh, shit, dude, we did just shots of tea." He had grabbed the wrong pitcher.
That's hilarious. I wonder how often that's happened though.
But even though he was a partier, I tell you, I got one friend. He's much younger than me. He's about 40. But at the time, he was just a pretty young kid. And everybody's doing shots. Everybody's getting wasted. But this guy, he's got to go home and work the next morning. But he still wanted to participate, but he didn't want to get wasted like everybody. So he explained that to Dimebag, and Dimebag, "Don't worry about it." So that's when he was giving out shots of tea to that guy. So it appeared he was doing the liquor, but he could get up in the morning and go to work. So he was very, very considerate.
That's very considerate, because I know a lot of people that drink heavy, and they try to hey, you should drink with us, and then they won't hang out with people that won't drink with them. So it's really cool that Dime would do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking awesome. We did have a video. I know we were going to wait to show it, but we was talking about Aska.
Yeah.
And you have a rare live performance, but do you want to talk about how this show came about, where it was at before we do that?
Yeah, this goes along with some of those pictures we just saw earlier at Monte Carlo's, that club right down the street from Dime's house. Well, so I got pictures and video. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a couple of songs I didn't record, but there's a couple of them where he was actually playing drums, which is kind of rare. Oh, nice. But on this one, he just got up on stage, and it actually wasn't a stage, it's just a corner of the building, just a little bitty place, and decided they want to play Seek and Destroy by Metallica. So
the floor was pretty much one of them flat things in the corner.
Yeah. No, they didn't have that. It was floor level. They're floor level in the corner. So it's kind of a triangle the way they were set up. But and the place was packed. The place was packed that night.
Damn.
And so it got a little crazy towards the end. So I know you're gonna turn the volume down on this one because it's very loud. I mean, I was 2 feet from the speakers, so
It's
it may sound a little distorted as well.
It's down halfway, so go ahead, Noami, if you can hit that for me. Roll that beautiful.
Is it over? We got time for one more. You guys want to hear one more? We're gonna do a song for the outlaw called "Breaking the Outlaw." All right, one more. It's called "Show Us Your What." Show us your fear. This is Askadan's edition. Let's go.
Dude, that's cool as fuck. Not a cell phone in sight.
No.
Dude, that's what metal and rock is all about. That's
Now I know. Now I know why I have a hearing problem.
How close were you to the speaker?
Oh, it was right beside me. 2 feet.
Yeah, that's probably why you're deaf.
I was close enough where my clothes were moving. You could feel your clothes moving from the vibration.
Oh shit. And guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm sitting here with Dan with Askadan. His YouTube channel is scrolling on the bottom there. We have been listening to rare live performances. We listened to Transvestite Horror, which is a rare song of Dimebag's, but it did get publicity. But here in the next few minutes and few moments, we will be playing a rare track that hasn't been heard technically. It was heard at Ride for Dime, and that was about it.
Yeah, it's only been performed live once, and that was at Ride for Dime in 2006.
Damn.
By the co-writer of the song. And,
Jalapeno Ward.
Jalapeno Ward. Or you can call him Pino.
Pino?
Or you can call him Al. But
But don't call him late for dinner, huh? Is that his birth name or is that a stage name, Jalapeno?
Jalapeno was just his nickname that we all called him.
Okay, I was going to say jalapeno on a stick.
Yeah, well, he's a little Mexican dude, so. And he was hot as a firecracker, on the guitar, so we called him Jalapeno.
Nice. Is there any other stories you want to share with us, Dan, before we get to the song?
Well, I can kind of give you a little bit about the beginnings of Ride for Dime, how I got that started.
Okay, we can do that.
After Dime was killed, it was, I believe, February of 2005, so it was like 2 months after the incident. And the Agora Ballroom up in Chicago was having a big tribute to Dime. And I saw Vinny, and Vinny asked me, he said, "Did you hear how fast those tickets sold out?" And I go, "No." He said, "They sold out the entire theater in 11 minutes.
Damn.
There was no more tickets." So I asked Vinny, I said, "Well, how would one go about getting a ticket to a sold out event in Chicago, if they live in Texas?" And he kind of looked at me, he goes, "Just give me a call." So he hooked us up with some VIP tickets in Chicago.
Damn.
And so we're up at the Agora Ballroom, and that place was absolutely packed shoulder to shoulder. And there was so much so much love for Dime that night. And I kind of looked around and said, "You know what? It's odd that there's so much love for Dime up here in Chicago, and there's nothing happening back home in his hometown." And I thought, somebody's got to do something. Someone's got to do some type of tribute or something for Dime, especially in his hometown. So Damage Plan had a little web forum, and I posted on there, hey, maybe we ought to get together and put something together ourselves, since there's nothing official that was getting ready to happen. So a lot of people, jumped on the bandwagon. They wanted to help me out. Well, when it came down to it, nobody really volunteered. So I just took it upon myself and got the ball rolling. And so I invested a little bit of money, got the things going, got some publicity out of it. In 2005, all we had was the motorcycle ride. Mm-hmm. And we raised about $2,000. And then after the event, people started hearing about what I did. And they said, "Well, I'd love to be a part of it, but I don't have a motorcycle. Too bad you guys don't have a concert." And I thought, you know what? We could do that. We could add a concert to it. So I added a concert to it in 2006. And one of the things I told everybody, I put the word out, look, if you want to perform at Ride for Dime, you're going to do it on your own dime. It's a charity event. I'm not going to pay bands to pay respect to their idol and me pay them. They should do it. That's part of their charity. And I thought, well, I probably restricted a lot of bands. A lot of bands probably don't want to do that. I was wrong. I had bands all over the country and literally all over the world contacting me wanting to come to Dallas to perform at Ride for Dime. And one band, especially from Turkey,
Damn.
they wanted to come and play. And I said, look, dude, I don't have the money to get you guys over here. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. He said, we'll find our own way. So our agreement was, if you can get here by the day of the event, you guys got a slot. These guys did fundraisers over in Turkey, They ended up getting their passports, their visas, sponsorships here in the United States. And they were there the day of the gig,
Damn.
So they got to perform.
What band was this?
Called Blacktooth. They're actually named after Dimebag's drink, Blacktooth.
Oh, nice.
And so once they played here at Ride for Dime, word spread real quick how good these guys were. I mean, Pantera was a huge influence on these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so next thing I know, while they're in town, they're booking gigs all over Texas, for the time they're going to be here. So they did a little mini Texas tour. And after the Texas tour, they went back home to Turkey. Well, now they got all these people in Turkey who had been following what they were doing over here in the United States at Ride for Dime and the Texas tour. Blacktooth is a huge metal band in Turkey now. I mean, just go look them up, Blacktooth, Turkey, and you'll see these guys. I mean, they're headlining huge venues over there, and they got the Wall of Death. They got all just like Lamb of God,
So you made them famous.
Well, no, they made themselves famous. I kind of gave them the opportunity a little bit,
I know, I was just fucking with you.
If I could take a little bit of credit, I would, but maybe I helped get the ball rolling, but they did it all on their own.
I think I might have heard of them. Do they play any American festivals, or am I thinking of a different band?
No, the last time they were here was I'm trying to remember. I think they may have played Ride for Dime 2 years in a row. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's really expensive for them to come over here with their gear and all that. And
I understand.
And one of their trips, they were here twice. That's right, because on their second time they were coming over, one of their band members had a heart attack on the trip over here. Yeah, and they had to find a replacement for him. But I think that guy is okay now, and I think he's back with the band. But luckily they had a sponsorship here in the local area, and they had a place to stay and someone to take them around. They went to Six Flags. They were enjoying all the the American stuff that, they never experienced before. So it was cool to watch these guys experience all this. And something else about Ride for Dime as well. Other victims that night, like the fan that was killed. Mm-hmm. Okay. His mother has been to every Ride for Dime. She's come down from Ohio, and I've been good friends with Susan for, ever since that happened. So that's one thing I like about Ride for Dime. I did help bring a lot of people together,
mm-hmm.
That have been lifelong friends now, because of that. So, I feel good about that. There's we've had, not only that, we also opened up events in Philadelphia, Chicago, Tampa, Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota, London. And they were getting ready to go to Australia, but then there were some internal difficulties with with Ride for Dime after I stepped down several years later. And eventually, I dropped out of it as well in 2015. But came back for 1 year in 2016 to, do the ride. But now I think it's only being held. It's called what's called Dime Bash now, and they do it out in Hollywood. They really don't do it in the other cities anymore.
That's weird that they do it in Hollywood, because Dime wasn't from Hollywood.
No, but his girlfriend Rita lives in Hollywood now, so that's where she's basically based out of. Although she still owns Dimebag's house, that's still there, and hopefully they don't ever sell that house.
I hope they make it like a historical thing, because it's part of history.
Yeah, behind his house, he's got a studio. That was the Chase and Jason studio. That's where several of the Pantera albums were recorded, and Damage Plan, and Rebel Meets Rebel.
And Hell Yeah.
And Hell Yeah, that's right. So they still use that studio. It's awesome to be inside that studio, sitting there behind the soundboard, and I'm looking around. It's like, wow, there's history here.
Yeah. And
heavy metal history.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the first Hell Yeah album that was recorded in that studio? And when they went in there, it was like untouched since Dimebag was in there. Yeah,
there was still a set list taped to the speakers from the gig in Ohio, and Vinny had a real difficult time dealing with that.
That's what I heard. I heard he almost quit. I heard he almost quit Hell Yeah for that.
Yeah, it was rough for a while. But also, I remember they did a video right after Hell Yeah for him. They did a video down at the Clubhouse, the strip joint that they co-owned, and that was an all-day event. So we had a lot of fun there. But things were just totally different when Dime wasn't there anymore. and now that Vinny's gone, it's like it's all gone.
Yeah, that's like when Vinny died. Like I saw him a month or two prior, and he seemed to be like of great health. He seemed to be in the great mindset. Like I don't know what happened, but it's just crazy.
Yeah, it took Dimes. I mean, it took Vinny several years. When you lose anybody by death, I'm kind of experienced that now. I had, my wife passed away a year ago, and I don't think it ever leaves you.
No.
You get used to the fact, I guess, but deep down, it's going to bother you the rest of your life.
Oh,
And, I know Vinny's life changed quite a bit after Dime was killed, because before they were so open about who could get on stage. They didn't care. If you want to get on stage, get on stage. They were very open about it. But after somebody get on stage and killed Dime, he had a different attitude about it after that. And pretty much everywhere Vinny went, he had literally a circle of people around him. So
it's crazy. And I actually am surprised he even continued with music, because Vinny would not be in a band without Dime there for a while, because I remember hearing a story. I forget what band it was. What band was it? He was maybe Megadeth, that they both were going to join, but they didn't want Vinny because they didn't need a drummer. They needed a guitarist.
Yeah, that was, Dime said, look, if you're going to take me, you take my brother too. And I said, well, we don't need your brother. He goes, well, then I'm out.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
Megadeth.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking when Vinny continued on, but I'm glad he did, because everything he did after that was fantastic too.
It was quite a while. Let's see, I think it wasn't until, I think it was this event here, Ride for Dime in 2008, where Vinny finally showed up to one of the Ride for Dimes, and it was Ride for Dime 2009. He actually performed.
Nice.
We had Corey Taylor, Ace Frehley, the guys from Machine Head, the guys from we had a bunch of rock stars that year. See, and that was after it was out of my control, and they started paying people to perform.
Oh, that's why there was a lot of them.
I never paid any bands ever. That, to me, that was their donation to the charity. Their time.
Was 2009 the year where the Phil Anselmo controversial happened?
Oh, no, that was years later. That was like 2015, 2016.
Oh, that was when it was changed to Dime Bash.
Yeah. That was out in Hollywood.
I thought it was more recent, but I wasn't quite sure. You started naming people that was at both. I'm like, was it that one? And for those that don't know, I'm not going to tell you. That was a crazy debacle, man.
Now, I know Dave Grohl is involved with Dime Bash now. I know a couple years ago, they didn't have a concert, but they had a motorcycle ride. And anybody that was in the motorcycle ride, it all ended up at Dime's house, and there's a big barbecue, and Dave Grohl was the chef. And, or if you didn't have a motorcycle, I think you paid $100 and you could get in and have the barbecue with Dave. And
that's neat. Have you ever thought about doing something like that again? Or
no,
are you just done with it altogether?
I'm done. I'm retired.
Too much stress.
Stress, and it takes a whole year to plan that one of those one day event. It takes a whole year. It just, and after my health history with 8 heart attacks, I don't need any more stress.
Yeah. Hell, the Ride for Dime probably caused some of those heart attacks.
Well, my first heart attack was 4 months after the 2006 one. Yeah, the video we're going to see with friends, that was 4 months later. I had my first heart attack, and I remember that second event that we had, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and my wife kept telling me, "Slow down." I said, "Well, this has got to get done. This has got to get done." Literally during the event, I am running backstage. I'm running out. I'm doing everything, and it was very tiring.
Damn,
and
dude.
But I felt, it felt good to do it though. People
because you're doing it for a fallen friend too. You're doing it for somebody you love.
And I guess we do a segue into the last song here. Back in one of Dimebag's good friends, we talked about him earlier, Jalapeno, and I'm not sure how many years they've known each other, but since they were teenagers, and Dime taught Al a lot about guitar playing. So when you hear Al play, it sounds a whole lot. It's got the Dimebag style, and well, in the video, Al will explain you know, how the song Friends came around. But I know when the song, it was in 2006, and Al came up to me and told me about this song. I'd never heard about it before.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yeah, he said, we recorded the song in 1991. It's about being friends. It was his song and Dimebag song for each other, showing their friendship towards each other. And to him, it was so personal that he just kind of, that's my song. He didn't want to publicize. He just kept it quiet. Then after Dime was killed, you know, he came to us. There's about 4 or 5 of us he came to and told us about the song and gave us a CD with the song on it. And once I heard it, I said, you know what, dude, you got to play this live, you know, at Ride for Dime. And he didn't want to at first, but, you know, I kept talking to him about it, you know, and finally convinced him to do it live. So he took a guitar that was donated to us from Dean Guitars for a raffle. And I said, look, and it's a guitar exactly like what Dime played, the Dean from Hell. I told him, I said, take the guitar, tune it up, and I want you to, you know, play that song live. So he got another band called Low Side. They got together and rehearsed it for like a week or so and got it down. See, the song has, you know, a lot of Dime solos in it. And well, just one big solo, but he didn't feel right playing that song without Dime being there. But he just, you know, he had to learn Dime's part for that song to perform it that day. So it meant a lot to him. It meant a lot to him, you know. So that's why I kind of sat on all these years, because it was kind of a private song. He didn't really want to publicize, but I did speak with him on Saturday, and he said, you know, he saw this video we're getting ready to watch, and he loved it. And he said, go for it, dude. You know, get it out there. In fact, he even said that, you know, probably get him on this podcast. You know,
That would be awesome.
he just couldn't do it this week. It was just too soon, you know.
Understandable.
Notification, but you know, hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll get Al on here and he can explain, you know, in detail about the song
And tell some of his Dimebag stories.
He's got some stories, man.
I bet he does. How long did it take? Because we're not going to listen to the live version that Al did. We're going to listen to the actual studio version. But how long did it take Al to learn all those parts?
It was about a week, I guess.
That's
And of course,
impressive.
he hadn't played it in 15 years. So it's not only did he not play it in 15 years, but he had to learn Dimebag's part of that too. So, you know, and the reason we're not going to see the live part, because first of all, the audio is not that great. And I remember when he wanted to do it live, he said, this is the first and last time I will ever do it live. So in that respect, you know, I don't want to play the live part again, you know. So the video shows him up to the point where he's getting ready to play the song. Then we go to the studio version. And,
Well, I like it like that because, like, people want to hear the original
yeah, exactly.
with Dimebag playing and all of that. So
Yeah.
we do have the intro, like Dan said. Al's explaining the song, and then it's going to go into the studio recording. So let's go ahead and play that now, Noami. It's the second video there. I'm going to go ahead and get the screen ready, and let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Jalapeno.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
What are we doing here today?
Dime Fest. Ride for Dime. Ride for Dime, dude. We're blowing it up.
What'd you ride over here in?
Fallen Brother, dude. Fallen Brother. You ever see anything like that?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a tattoo that says
brother, right there.
friends.
Friendship. The blood runs thick.
And so what is this guitar you're holding?
This is the ML that Dean donated for the ride. Full blown. Got to spend a week with it, set it up, make it all happen, make it feel good, blow it out a little bit. And a little bit later on, I might be playing this bad boy.
Still got the tag attached.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
What's a guitar like this sell for? Retail?
You know what? Hey, that's not my cat. I'm a Jackson guy myself, but
Jackson guy.
yeah, me myself, Jackson guy. But
If you could afford a guitar like this would be the one you would play, right?
oh yeah, you know what? Back in the old day, Dimebag, they'd be Pantera be holding out a song at the end of the song. Darrell would walk up to me and say, hey man, dude, come up here and blow this fucking lead out real quick, dude.
Okay.
Put the fucking
Now, I want to introduce y'all to somebody. Now, I want to introduce you guys. This is Dan. Dan put this on the background of the diamond.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today for Ride for Guy, the second annual event. Here out.
Come on!
Someone didn't go all the way with this, and we got a strap that was just made over the last hour in tree design by Christian Brooks, same guy that did all C3 long guitar straps. And now we've got Dimebag straps that it was this. So go back to the right area. We got some cool Ride for Time beers. And we also got the free giveaways coming up and after this set. And a couple of surprises as well.
About 15 years ago, man, Dimebag and Al Ward were playing a show out of Joe's garage. And he had just gotten his Cowboys from Hell tattoo, man. First tat. And he says, hey, Pino, man, dude, you're naked. You look naked, dude. You ain't got no fucking ink, dude. We got to get you set up. So we play this show at Joe's garage, and he's carrying around. I'm on stage, and I see that motherfucker walking around all over the place with a pickle jar. And he's getting people to put money into this pickle jar. And he goes, hey, Pino, dude, we're going to get you a tattoo fun going on. We're going to get you your first fucking tattoo. So, walks around through the crowd shoving cash, man, in this pickle jar.
Uh-oh.
And on this pickle jar it says, Jalapenos tattoo fun. So at the end of the night, we're in the backstage area, man. He's like counting all this money. He's pulling money out of this pickle jar and he's counting this shit. With Pino, dude, we got about $237 here. I was like, cool. He goes, dude, I'm gonna come to your house, pick your ass up. We're gonna go get your fucking first tattoo from Dimebag. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Comes pick me up in that old fucking Cadillac, dude, and we're fucking cruising and shit. And he's got that pickle jar right in between us. He's got his arm on it. On the way to Randy Adams.
Randy Adams was the tattoo artist.
On the way to Randy
Oh,
Adams'
nice.
place. I said, dude,
Nice.
you think there's enough money in that jar to get us both tatted up? He goes, no, this is for the liquor store, brother. We're set up. What's next? So, all right, cool. We fucking hit the liquor store, man. We got some fucking Jaeger, we got some Crown Turkey, fucking like 4 cases of KL, Keystone Lights. And we get tatted up like a motherfucker, and we go directly from Papa San's to Darrell's house, and he says, dude, I want to write a song with you, dude. You're my fucking brother. I love you. Let's write a song. We wrote this fucking song. And Darrell goes, man, we need lyrics on it. We need lyrics. We gotta write some lyrics. You know, what do you want to write this song about? What's the lyrics gonna be? Dude, there's nothing stronger. Darrell looks at me and says, there's nothing stronger in this world than friendship. So we wrote this song, and only a selected few of my good brothers have heard this song. And for the first time ever, me and my brothers from Lowside, we're gonna play this song.
that's a beautiful song. That is a beautiful.
It sounded like a bit of like Patience by GNR.
I heard a lot of like, you can tell that Zach Wilde is influenced by Dime because it's sounds like an old Aussie track, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. So thanks for sharing, by the way, Dan. I truly appreciate it. That is
every time I hear that song, it makes me want to tear up, man.
Me too. Like, even like I'll be honest, I wasn't even watching the video. I was just enjoying the song. And like, it's such a good song.
You know, and they recorded it really quick too. So it sounded like they put a whole lot of production time into it, you know, as far as they just recorded it and did it real quick. So
that's actually very impressive.
Yeah.
Shit. And like the solos are so beautiful. And even his vocals, Dime's vocals really shined in that song.
Well, that was actually Al singing.
Oh, it is? Well, Al is a hell of a singer then. I can't tell the difference. The two are very similar.
I'm telling you, the solos, did you know,
yeah.
Dime taught Al a lot, you know, as far as his style. And, you know, so that's why they sound so much alike.
Even with singing, like they sound kind of similar. Yeah. I've heard Dime sing in similar style than that, like live videos and shit. So that's neat. If you guys want to watch that video again, it's going to be on Dan's channel after the show.
Yeah, I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will upload it.
It's going to be on Askadan's YouTube channel. But yeah, I heard like really like Aussie influence in that, in my opinion. Like you can really tell that Zach was influenced. Like that's crazy. And I love that song. Like Al deserves more credit than Al will get. Like he's a good musician.
Well, like I said, you know, once you get Al on here, you know, he can get a little more insight of what that song is all about. Mm-hmm. You know, and some more details. How long did it take to record? You know, and I'm pretty sure they recorded at Jason Studios at Dime's house. I mean, that's where they wrote it. So I'm assuming.
Do you know how the name of the studio got?
You know, I'm not really sure.
Maybe he'd know.
There's a story behind everything with Dimebag.
But guys, I would like to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for that song, Dan. I truly appreciate you. And thanks for everything. Go ahead and go on Dan's channel, give him a subscribe, and don't forget, subscribe to this channel. We do have a new YouTube channel. We are still on my YouTube channel for now, but yeah, go subscribe to him, subscribe to me. Thank you, Dan, so much, buddy. And we will keep everybody updated on when Alpino will be on. This dude is amazing. Dan, you're great. I'm skipping a little bit though, so I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast because we covered everything. And next week, Dan, if you're available, we'd love to have you back on just to talk about random shit.
Okay.
Just random shit. I don't know what yet, but probably something.
Well, hopefully we'll have Al on there. So
hopefully. If not, we can do it the week after. I mean, we can do it whenever. Thank you all. Remember, live long, rock hard, and Gorak, you've been too quiet. Give us a word over there. Come on, give us a close.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.